On the tropics this weekend, and I don't really think we're going to see much in the next 24, 36, maybe even 48 hours from this system, as it will stall either over the Yucatan or the Yucatan Channel, kind of between the Yucatan and Cuba. One of the big reasons is because we're going to lose our steering. This upper low had been guiding the system northward. Well, that is moving away. It's almost entirely over Mexico now, so this is going to stall. Now, nothing very well organized by any means. It does look like there may be some broad circulation trying to develop here, but a lot of the models kind of meander this maybe over land, possibly staying over the water. But the point is, at least through tomorrow and probably into Sunday, I don't think we're going to see much motion. By Monday 5 a.m., our spaghetti plots still keep that generally about where it is right now. It won't be until late Monday, Tuesday, as the upper trough starts to deepen, that this system will be drawn northward. And again, even in the early stages, many things could change, but the model consensus still leans toward Florida. Exactly where in Florida, we don't know, but that seems to be the consensus. After that, it's possible this could get back out over open water and could be an issue for the East Coast. The steering and all doesn't seem to be dramatically changing all that much. In the near term, not much happening. And we've been indicating basically this scenario over the last several days, either the panhandle of Florida, Big Bend, maybe as far south as Tampa, who knows? The guiding factor is going to be this upper trough and exactly where it ends up. That is what's going to start steering the storm northward, and as the trough moves east, it will also start drawing the storm east as well. We've also mentioned the fact that we have a front on the way, and that should help to block the storm away from us. Now, what's interesting is the GFS had been the one not aggressive at all. All of a sudden today, it started picking up on something developing. Euro maintains around the Big Bend, as it has been since yesterday and really even before that. The GFS is leaning more toward the panhandle of Florida. Point is, this is still 2 hour east, and that keeps us on the drier side and may actually help us out with bringing in drier air. The upper steering is leaving, so this system is going to remain stalled in the next again, 36, 48 hours. As we have the upper trough deepening south, that will start drawing the storm northward. Now, what's interesting is this upper pattern model is based on the GFS. What the GFS seems to kind of do is bring in this little upper low a bit stronger, and it may be that little upper low that is trying to guide the storm maybe more due north as opposed to northeast. So it may be why the GFS is leaning more toward the panhandle as opposed to the Big Bend. Honestly, though, that is pretty good agreement with the models, considering the storm is still in its very much infancy phase. Now, at the near future, again, there's not going to be much happening, and we're not really worrying about what's happening over the Gulf waters. It won't be until early next week that we'll really have to watch what is over the Gulf. And the good news is it looks like there will be some wind shear over the path of the storm, as well as dry air. So it's not as though the Gulf of Mexico is in a hospitable environment for developing. And in fact, if that dry air is able to kind of wrap around, this may remain a fairly unorganized and much weaker system. So all indications are that this will not explode in strength and become a major hurricane. So good news for whomever it affects, and much needed rainfall for whoever gets it. We are looking at better rain chances into early next week, but from our front. And as I said, the circulation around this system will help us out in reinforcing that northerly flow and helping to push the front through and bring in some drier air. Today's high was